check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Hello.
Oh, hello, YouTube. Let's talk about some stocks today. I had a question. There's one of the family asked, "What about VRI? What is it? VXIT, VirExit." I talked about them back in May in a previous video, and I've not said a whole lot about them. And basically, the reason I've not said a whole lot about them is because the stock's not really did what I was hoping it would do, but it's still ahead with the variances coming out with COVID and the fact that this company makes sells mass. I still think the stock's going to go somewhere. It won't make you rich in 6 months to a year. I mean, over time, the price I expect will go up. The main thing is they need to put more news out. They had a couple articles out this past month. So they also had a makeover on their website. They've redone their website. So let's go and look at the website. So VirEx, they sell mass. And with COVID, this variant going crazy and the spike in cases and the spike in deaths due to COVID, I think this company's going to be around for a while. I don't think it's going to crash and burn. Let's put it that way. So, I mean, they've got press releases here on their website. VirExit Technologies Incorporated partners with Pure Beauty by Lorena for wellness products of their safer marketplace. They need to update their website for their press releases, because they just released 2 press releases this November and nobody's updated the site with the press releases. And I would think that they should have that here as well. But that's all right. That's okay. They may have other things going on. They've had a makeover on the website, and maybe they're still working on the website design. So they've not got to the point of where they're going to keep it current with the press releases. But we'll get to that. We'll get to the press releases. So, yeah, I talked about it back in May. And, yeah, I got in at 2 cents, and now it's like 0.3 of a cent. So, no, I'm not too happy about how the stock's been performing. I'm getting tangled up in my cord. Let's not tear up my headset. All right, so, but, I mean, it's been trading sideways. It's been kind of, I mean, if you go like on a daily basis, it's up and down a little bit, but it's not a real big fluctuation. I mean, it's slowly dropped over time. But, I mean, it is what it is. If you get into trading and you're trading stocks, you're eventually going to end up within the wrong side of the trade, or the stock's not going to do what you expect it to do. The price is going to go down. You just don't know. You really don't know. Again, I can't stress this enough. The investors is what affects the stock. Okay, it depends on the news. And see what I was talking about on the news. Last month, they released VirExit Technologies Incorporated launched VirExit Breathe Easy Mask at Apex Expo in Long Beach, California. That was on November 16th. They released that. November 4th, VirExit Technologies announces that members of his management team have participated in a private placement. That was November 4th. So, and then on August, they had VirExit Technologies Incorporated partners with Fine Hygiene Holding Fine Guard products are available immediately on both VirExit marketplaces. So they're releasing news, press release. They don't have it on the website, and people aren't necessarily going to be watching the website, so maybe that's not such a big deal. Maybe maybe I shouldn't be too concerned about that. I would just like to see them keep the website up to date, because if somebody's curious, they're doing research, what better place to put your news releases or links to your news releases on your website, on your media page. So especially if there's videos that you know about that people put out about your company, what better place to put this information? But anyway, at least, like Global Newswire, Access Wire, these different stocks places, they were on Globe Newswire 4 months ago with an article, August 9th. So Investing Magazine, just these different stock sites, as long as they are getting news and keeping news that coming out continually, the name of the company is going to stick in people's minds. It's going to be in the public's eye, especially if they can get on Bloomberg. If they can get on Bloomberg, they get places like Yahoo's pushing the information about the news releases. If E-Trade, some of these other brokerages, they usually, when you look at your portfolio, they'll show you the news releases for different things. Sometimes they'll push a news release for another stock that you're not even in to get that stock in front of you. As long as they keep releasing news, I think this stock has potential. It can go up above a penny again. It can get up the nickel. It may not go into dollar land real quick. To be realistic about this, I don't know that it will go to dollar land real quick. Now, it was up to 7-8 cents back in February of this year. And it's interesting. They had a tickers change back in May. They had been the ticker. They originally were the ticker PVDG was the original ticker, and they changed the ticker to VXIT. They changed the company name. They just bought a shell, pretty much is what they did, and rode the company into that, and then they changed the ticker. They asked, can we change this ticker to this to kind of more represent the VirExit Technologies name of the company? So they got accepted to call the ticker VXIT and change the ticker, and then that's what, about that time, the stock started dropping a little bit. I guess part of this is, we had a spike here in January, and we were full swing COVID at that point. And these COVID stocks were in the public's eye. A lot of people were investing in this. And then it started dying down. A lot of people's gone back to work, at least on a modified schedule, part from home, I'm partly in the office a couple days a week, and the rest of the week I'm working from the house. But and some jobs can't do that. But I think part of that is, the COVID stuff had died down, and the cases had died down, and I expect with the new variants and the news of the variants and the news of the spikes in cases of the new variant infections, this stock will possibly start going up. It may not go up real fast, but I think it'll be gradually on a climb up. So they are pink limited. They have a yield sign, but at least they're not caveat emptor. They have a verified profile. They have the transfer agent is verified. So they're in Safer Place Technologies is what they purchased. They purchased a company called Safer Place Technologies, whose purpose is to create a primary sales marketing platform as a vertical online marketplace. This new acquisition seeks to provide a single source for buyers and sellers of protected products and services, such as masks. Probably, I've not seen it on their website. They probably, I would expect they may sell sanitizer as well. I think their main thing is their masks. Maybe gloves too. Let's go back to the website. Here in Whole Health, about home. Do they list what their products are? Let's look at that real quick. No. I like the look of the new website. Right there it shows the management team. Wow, they're naming people. This Patrick Netter is health and wellness evangelist. I like that name. He's an evangelist for health and wellness. James C. Katzaroff, Chief Executive Officer. So they have a contact if you're interested in contacting the company. Safety. PPE helps keep the individual safe by shielding them from germs and other viruses while also keeping the individual germs to themselves and shielding others from their germs. And that's more of the mask, eye protection, clothing. So they probably have surgical gloves. They've got goggles. They've got masks. So maybe no on sanitizer. I thought maybe sanitizer might be in the mix, but it doesn't look like it. So it's more gear, more safety protection devices or equipment that you can wear. And this is probably not even just limited to COVID. I mean, there's a few companies where you worked with chemicals and the stuff you didn't want to get in your eyes. You know, where they have eye wash stations and stuff. They have to because of the nature of the chemicals that you have to work with. Like acetone and stuff. There's a few boating companies, and I worked for Mastercraft for a number of years. But, and that's not a plug. That's not a plug or a paid promotion for Mastercraft. It's just a fact. I did work for Mastercraft in the mode shop for a number of years. But, anyway, you know, like eye protection could keep you from getting acid or something in your eyes if you're working with stuff. Chemicals for splashing your eyes, burning your eyes. The gloves, you know, if you're handling that kind of product and protect your skin. Then the mask, you know, along with COVID can help you, you know, with dust particles that's in the work environment and stuff. So there's multi-uses. I mean, it's not just COVID that this can be used for. This is different industries. This is like industrial type stuff. Maybe a medical profession, hospitals might purchase from these companies. But I think they're going to be around for a while. And I think the stock can eventually get back up to previous highs, exceed previous highs in the penny bill. That might hit dime land. It could go 50 cents a share. Only time will tell. It just depends on the investors, as I always say. You don't know. You don't know. It just depends on the attention. So here they are, like I said, they're pink limited, so limited financials, but they are reporting their financials. They are not caveat emptor. Sorry, my tongue's getting tied in knots. All right, let's go to the press release, 11/4/2021. VirExit Technologies Incorporated announces that members of its management team have participated in a new private placement. Several members of the senior management team have reinvested in VirEx by purchasing additional stock. So they believe in their company. They are investing in their company. They're supplementing their retirement potentially. The price of the stock, if it goes up to dollar land 10 years from now, and they've been holding the stock, been buying in on a regular basis, they're supplementing their retirement by doing this. So, Richland, Washington, Access Wire. VirExit Technologies Incorporated, OTC Pink, VXIT, is pleased to announce that several members of the senior management team have reinvested in the company through a debt-to-stock purchase. Our team is solid. It stands behind VirExit long-term plans for the organization, says James C. Kozaroff. Sorry, I've not heard your name mentioned. I've not heard how your name is pronounced, so I'm not trying to get sued. I apologize if I messed your name up. The CEO, Dave Kroom, VirExit Chief Operating Officer, has invested $10,000. Bruce Joliffe. Again, I'm not trying to get sued or anything. I just never heard your name pronounced. I hope I didn't botch it up too bad. I'm bad with names, I will admit. Our Chief Financial Officer invested $25,000, and I have invested an additional $30,000. So these guys are, I mean, you take $30,000, and this is like 0.3 of a cent. He got a pretty good chunk of shares. All right, VirExit's focus has always been in the health, beauty, wellness, security spaces. Throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, the company has provided customers with access to top-tier products, information, and guest columnists. So the executive team are investing in the stock. They believe enough in the stock. They made it public. We have bought this much in shares in the stock. This was in November 4th, 2021. Now, on, when did this come out? November 16th, VirExit Technologies released a news article to launch VirExit Breathe Easy Mask at Apex Expo in Long Beach, California. All right, so they're pleased to announce it is launching the new VirExit Breathe Easy Mask in the industry's largest aeronautical event. The VirExit Breathe Easy Mask hosts trademark, and I'm not even going to read that number. You can read it for yourself. As always, I will put links in the description. It is made by FineGuard using a Living Guard patented technology known as one of the world's most protective masks. It's 98 to 99% effective, and it is also one of the most comfortable on the market today. We are very excited to bring this mask to the market at a time when we can never be too careful. The airline industry is a perfect place to launch our mask, and they probably use a lot of masks in airline agencies as they're, welcoming people onto the planes. The stewardesses serving passengers, drinks, snacks, whatever. Yeah, I can see where that's going to be a pretty good customer for them. And I imagine that they have some hospitals as well. They have medical facilities that are using these masks, possibly school systems too. I could see where they could be selling masks in a lot of different industries. So they're marketing their masks to airlines as one of the industries. Again, I'm sure they've got others. Here's let's see, Living Guard Fabrics, VirExit is endorsed by a significant number of organizations, including Product Safety Labs, Medical Wellness Association, Free University Berlin. Okay, so this is Germany, University of Arizona, and the government of Singapore. So they're just listing some of the other customers that they have. So I believe over time they could do well. I've not spoken about this in a while. Just like I said, the stock is just kind of flatlined and not done anything. And like I said, partially because COVID's probably died down. If the more news they release, I think over time the stock will have potential to go up. And look, you see the executive officers of the company are investing in this stock as well. I mean, they've got millions of shares invested. I mean, you talk about the amounts they were saying in the articles that they've invested. Yeah, let's look at something else too. So let me show you something here. And it's something I had on my mind. AMZN, Amazon. Amazon's $3,000 a share. Okay, $3,320 a share. But if you go out the max, look at what Amazon did back in 2000, 2001. I mean, they were still pretty. They weren't $3,000 a share. They were like more under $100 a share. But look at them, how they flatlined. VirExit is doing the same thing right now. So you got to think: you got to decide: are you an investor? Or are you looking for a quick flip? There's two types of investors. If you're doing a quick flip, you need to be looking at the social media and looking at the hype of what's being pumped, what's being pushed on Twitter and Investors Hub and some of this other Reddit, Wall Street Bets, Reddit group. You need to look at what's out in the social media that people's really talk about, the hot topics if you're doing a flip. But if you're looking for long-term investment, a company like this, I think over time, I mean, look, Amazon, people right in here were probably had bought into Amazon and it wasn't moving very much. And they were probably saying, man, I never should have bought into this stock. This stock ain't doing nothing. Man, this ain't going to go anywhere. I'm probably going to lose my tail. I guarantee you people were saying, I'm going to lose my tail. This stock ain't doing nothing. Look at that, 99, 2000, look at this. I mean, pretty much it's flatlined across through here. I mean, it's fluctuated up and down a little bit, okay? It's moved a little bit, but not a lot to where people would like to see gains that's wanting to flip the stock. Buy in, get in, watch it go up, get out when it goes up. At this time right here in Amazon, this was the time to buy in and hold. And just maybe keep buying a little bit at a time, over time, where you increase your position. The bigger position you have, the more gains you're going to have when it goes up. So, look at how flat that looks when you zoom out. But then look at what it's done. Look how much it's gained over the past 10 years. Okay, so I mean, some of this stuff got to be long term. If you're truly an investor, you just got to buy in and set. The same with crypto. Okay, I'm in the SHIB right now. SHIB's not doing so hot, but if you look at the other crypto coins, maybe I should touch on this for a minute too. Coin market cap. Yeah, that's what I want to look at. So SHIB's down. It's way down. Okay. But it's still up from what it was at the first of the year. It's still holding a decent price. It's not back down to where it had been earlier in the year. So everything, if you look at, let's look at the, and they're still holders. So this top wallet right here is the black hole, or the dead wallet where they're burning SHIB. So 41.03% is in this wallet right here. So there's still a lot of coins to burn, and I heard there was a game company that was coming out with a game. It was a news release. I might do a story about that. I saw a video of another YouTuber was talking about they were going to. There was a coffee company that's taking a percentage of their sales for the coffee that's burning to this wallet, and then there was a game that was coming out that was going to be burning Shiba Inu coins based on people play. Oh no, there was a video. There was was it a music streaming service? Well, there's been multiple. There's been talk about games, and then there was a streaming service, and based off the streaming service, you could the based off the number of streams and what they made off the streaming, that they were going to take a percentage, and they were going to burn some Shiba Inu. I can't remember what the company is. I'll have to do research that and do another video. But anyway, that's what I'm talking about. So this sometimes you just have to sit and wait. If you're an investor, okay? If you're an investor, sometimes you just got to drop your money in something that you believe in and just sit and wait, okay? Crypto is, no doubt right now, is a hot topic. And again, let's see. Ranking. There's a lot of them down. I mean, some of them might be up today. It looks like some of them's come up today. But there's still a lot of these cryptos that are down. And even Bitcoin. I mean, what was it? 62, 63,000? Look at how much Bitcoin has dropped. It's down to 46. I think it was 62, 63,000 a coin. I don't have any Bitcoin. I did because I bought into Coin Market Cap or not Coinbase, Coinbase, and I got $10 worth of Bitcoin, but I immediately rolled that out of Bitcoin and rolled that back into SHIB. But so even Bitcoin is down. So if you start seeing Bitcoin go back up, SHIB's probably going to follow suit and go up as well. Okay? So if you're in Shiba Inu, you're in the top 20 cryptocurrencies. Okay? There's like 6,000 cryptocurrencies. You're in the top 20. And I believe these top 20 right now that people are really vested in, these are the ones that's probably going to be around after everything's said and done. Some of the cryptos may not make it. They may not. I mean, the past year they've had a few rug pulls like that SQUIB currency. Some of them may disappear, but I think Shiba Inu's here to stay. Dogecoin is here to stay. I mean, Dogecoin's down from what it had been. It's down quite a bit from where it had been. So, if you're going to be investing in this stuff, you've just got to sit back, be patient, don't get emotional about this stuff. Do not get emotional about this stuff and just wait on it. Because a lot of this stuff matures over time. You got to give it time to mature. So I just thought I'd throw that out there and talk about that. VirExit, I haven't talked about them because they've been pretty much like I was showing on Amazon. They're kind of doing the Amazon thing. They're just a little up and down, up and down. It's going to take a major news release or something, or maybe a series of news releases to get this in the public's eye. Bloomberg, a quick mention on Bloomberg would help it. Motley Fool, some of these major stock outlets if they talk about this, if they can get some news releases and get out at some of these mainstream stock media sites and companies, then the stock will get in everybody's eyes and the investors will cause the price to go up. I'm not going to promise you that it's going to go to the moon because the reality is you don't know. The investors will make the stock go up or down. It just depends on what the investors are doing. You just got to be patient with it. I think this stock has a lot of potential. It's a cheap stock to get into. I feel like this stock is going to be around for a while. It's not an overnight fly-by-night company that's going to die overnight. I think they're going to be around. There's a need for these masks in the medical industry, food industry, airline. As I showed you the article, they're getting into the airlines. There's just so much potential for this. Especially with the past 2 years with COVID, the infections and deaths we've had reported on COVID. It's just time. It's just a waiting game. Just wait it out. You see where it had been, okay? When COVID was in this height of, everybody was shut down and most businesses, only essential businesses were running during the time. Look at what the stock did. With this variant, who knows what's going to happen with this COVID variant, but they are selling a product that is needed right now by society. They're providing a product to people, or several products to people, that is a need. So they're going to be around. They've got the products. I think long term, just my opinion, just wait it out. I could be wrong, but I see what it's done here in the past. Just because of the COVID, I think this company can still be a profitable company to invest in. It's a cheap stock to buy into. It could hit dollar land. If they can get out into Bloomberg and some of these other stock investing media services, Motley Fool talk about them. I really don't care much for Motley Fool because they put out a lot of negative stuff as well. But again, that's their opinion. A lot of stuff, when they put out negative, sometimes it goes positive for the stock. It's crazy. Sometimes you get bad news on the stock and it'll spike because of the bad news. I guess sympathy plays for people that believe in the stock. I guess what happens, it causes people to want to, oh man, I got to help this company. They're having a bad time. They need all the help they can get. I need to buy some of this stock. That's how some people get. So sympathy plays, but again, this is just my opinion. I'm not a stock advisor. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just an old man, a lonely old man in Tennessee talking about stocks. That's just what I do. But I think if you're going to get into anything right now, biotechs are still good to be in. I think over time, as this stuff plays out, and especially the ones that have, that's working on the new vaccines. All they need is one good hit. This vaccine cures all the variants of COVID, or this prevents, infections, COVID infections. All they need is some good news releases, and boom, the stock could take off. So, Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, all these companies that's trying to come out with these different vaccines and different products to help fight the COVID battle. You just got to sit back and let them do their thing and let the stock do this thing. Sometimes you just have to let the stock mature. Who would have thought that Amazon 10 years, 20 years ago would have been $3,000 a share? Who would have thought that? Who would have thought that? There's people that sold right in here, okay? I'm going to mention this and then I'll quit rambling. I know I'm getting long-winded and getting quite, I'm getting the video. I'm trying to cut my videos down short, just try to get my point out and try to get a video out this I don't ramble so much, but so they're not quite 30-minute videos. But there's people that sold Amazon back in here that probably now wish that they stayed in Amazon and were still holding it now at 3,000. When it's down here at, this says, let's see, I guess the price is 40, 30, 40. Fluctuating around 30, 40. Then it got up to 100, 200. People in here probably sold, probably made a quick buck and never went back into the stock. And now they're wishing, man, I wish I held that. I would have got rich off of Amazon. You could have. If you were in here back in 2000, 2001, 2, 3, if you bought right back in here and you held this for 20 years, that's what I'm talking about. That's what an investor does, folks. This, I'm trying to teach, okay? You can also now, keep in mind, you can also lose money. A company can go belly up. There's a lot of businesses right now that have gone belly up because of COVID. Because they just couldn't operate. People couldn't come in. The government shut everything down. It's hurt a lot of small businesses that are not around because of COVID right now. And if we have another shutdown, it's going to hurt the ones that's still remaining. We may only have big industry that might be left after all this is said and done. I hope that's not the case. I hope this stuff kind of settles down, but I'm just using this as an example. There's people in here that sold back in here. Okay, they might have made a few $100, maybe a couple $1,000, $2, $3, maybe $5,000. That if they held around $40, $50 a share, maybe $100 a share, it's up to $3,000, $3,329.92 a share right now as I'm making this video on December 20th, 2021. There's people that wish they had held their Amazon. Okay? I'm just saying, if you're an investor, maybe you should change the way of thinking. I'm in this for the long term. Don't be thinking, oh, this stock ain't doing anything. This ain't doing. Look at the industry. Look at what the company's doing. Are they releasing news on on a regular basis? Are they keeping in touch with their stockholders, releasing news on what the company's doing, releasing financials? If they're doing all that, doing everything right, the stock will go up over time. All the stocks go up over time. The real companies that's selling real products, that's doing a real thing, that really want to be there for the long term. They have employees they care about. They're wanting their employees to succeed. That's what you got to look for is long-term companies. And again, VirExit is cheap. It's cheap, cheap, cheap. Not as expensive as Amazon was back here 20 years ago, but man, to have been in Amazon, I was afraid of the stock market in 2000. So if I'd bought if I'd known what I know now, and if I was buying something, I'd been in Amazon. I would have been in Amazon, and I would have been held long term. And even though people are saying, man, this stock ain't doing nothing, it ain't going nowhere, I'd be like, nah, wait. And look, bam, they blew up. They're $3,000 a share. That's what an investor does. That's what an investor's looking for. So anyway, that's my spiel. Jerry D in Tennessee, the stock evangelist. I just hope all my family that's following me. I hope you have a profitable week, profitable month. I hope this next year is very profitable for everybody. I don't want to hear of anybody losing any money. Don't be selling at a loss. Okay, if you're down, I'm down on VirExit. I am down. That is one. I've got like 20 stocks that's down right now. Penny stocks that did not perform the way I was hoping they would perform, but I'm still in the stocks. I'm not selling for a loss. I'm holding it. I'm thinking about averaging into some of these stocks and trying to get my average down, my average price down, so when they do go, then I might want to make more of a profit. So that's how you have to think as an investor. What is the potential of this stock, this company? So you see right here what Amazon did. And there's probably a lot of people were very negative right in here about Amazon. I guarantee you there were a lot of negative people about Amazon. A lot of people probably thought, oh, that's all Amazon's going to do. It's never going to be up above, $200 a share. And bam, it's up $3,326 a share. Amazon did everything right. And I think VirExit is trying to do everything right. That's my whole point. I think VirExit, I think they're trying to do everything right. They've revamped their website. I would like to see them update their media. When they get press releases, if they have a new Bloomberg article that comes out, or a Motley Fool, or anything, if they get anything, they need to keep this up to date if they really want to help the stock. And I'm sure with the officers, I hope they see my video. If the people, the major players, the executive officers are buying into this stock, stay on your team, your public relations team. Keep this out in the public eye. The stock will go up over time. Keep it out in the public eye. Make it a household name, and it will. It will go up. It's just got to become a household name. That's what Amazon is. Amazon is a household name. They did everything right. They were kind of flatlined here for a long time. And bam, $3,000 a share. Am I saying VirExit will be $3,000 a share? You don't know what the price is going to be. You really don't know what it's going to be over time until you just wait till the price moves. You don't know. And right now, they're saying that Amazon is overvalued. I just noticed that. Amazon's probably what's helped Amazon this past year or so. Because the spike, it's doubled in price. What's caused Amazon is the pandemic, because people are ordering their groceries and staple items, tissue paper, paper towels online. They are shipping. They have recurring shipments set up in Amazon. Amazon, like I said, Amazon has done all the right things to make that stock move. This is based off the people interested in the stock and buying into the stock. The investors have caused this price. That's why it's considered overvalued. It's not fundamentals, it's bullcrap, okay? It's what the company's doing. And people that believe in the stock, the people that believe in the stock is what's causing the price to go up. I don't care if they say it's overvalued. Amazon could hit $6,000 a share over time, if the investors believe in it that well. If there's people with the money willing to invest into this stock, it can go on up higher. It can go up higher. I have no doubt. But anyway, I'm rambling. I'm getting back on my rambling, and I need to back off. But anyway, I've spoken my piece. Somebody asked me about VirExit, and that's my thoughts about the stock. I've not talked about it because it's not, like I said, the price isn't really doing anything. They have had some news releases, and I tell you what you can do. If you want to help the stock, we'll choose my... Did it send me a message? Yeah. Let's go back to here. While I do this, I should have done this to start out with. Now that you've seen my Twitter account, if you're not following me, I'd love for you to support me and follow me on Twitter. I've got about 2,000 followers, something like that, 25. We'll see here in a second after I get in. Let's see if I can get this code right. Back here. All right, so I've got 2,000 followers. J Farrell 423. I'm not going to be selling you anything. I don't do any of that stuff. No Snapchat, nothing like that. I'm not trying to sell anybody. This costs you absolutely nothing, folks. Absolutely nothing. So, where was I going to go with this? So here's what you need to do. Here's what you need to do. If you want to help the stock, I'm going to tell you guys, if you're in this stock, this is how you help the stock. Every time you see a news release, and this is what I do with my stocks. And this is not pumping. Do not promise the price will be $10 next week or anything like that, because the SEC will shut you down. And I'm telling you, people getting caught on Twitter for pumping stocks. Don't be doing that, okay? So go in here. I'm going to show you what you need to do. Let's tweet. So the first article, put the $ VXIT and just say, in case you missed the news, I just did 2 tweets out there to go out, 2,000 people can see. And if you got several thousand followers and you're in this stock, they will see this tweet if they're following you. And you're helping getting the stock out in front of people. Fellow investors, if you have other investors that are that are following your account, all you need to do is tweet something like this, and look, I'm going to like it. And there you go. And if you're following me on Twitter, retweet my tweets on VXIT if you're in it, and help getting it out. That's how you help the stock. That's how you help the stock. But I tell you, don't say don't promise this stock is going to be. Don't start saying this stock's going to be $10 in 6 months, or don't say it's going to be, it's going to hit dollar land in a month, or and don't be saying stuff like it, because you don't know. You really don't know. Nobody knows until the investors start investing. Got hiccups. Until the investors start investing in the stock. So be realistic in your tweets, and only tweet reality, the news stories is coming out for the stocks if you want to help a stock. So keep it real. Don't invest any money you can't afford to lose. Keep your lights on, the roof over your head, food on the table. Keep what's important, okay? Because you can lose money in the stock market. And there's no investments that are guaranteed, as I talked about here. But over time, I think reality, you make the best gains if you look at it as a long-term investment. I mean, you can flip stocks. Tim Sykes has done it for years, based off of the hype off of social media, but you can lose money quicker than you can make it if you don't watch what you're doing. And I really don't want to see anybody following me lose any money. So that's just Papa Jerry's advice on trading stocks and crypto. And again, I'm still in SHIB, and I'm going to hold SHIB long term because I see the potential of SHIB as well. So just like Amazon, I mean, you got to look at what can this turn into? What can this over time? What can this do over time? And the reality is, if you hold it over time, over 5, 10, 20 years, there's no telling where the stock will be in that amount of time. So you've got to see the long-term potential of something. It's like people that buy these classic cars. They look at a car that's got rust all over it, and the interior's all busted up, needs to be replaced. And they look at, what can I do to this to make this worth more? What is the potential of this old car? You got to do the same thing with stocks. What is the potential of this stock? You got to research, look at the company. What is the industry that this company's in? Okay, where's the stock price at now? And get involved, get in a group like this with Twitter, and talk about the stock. Put this stock out in front of people, other investors, and then let them look and do the research, and they may decide to buy in. And the more people buying in the stock, the better the stock's going to be. So my point is, just let the stock mature. Just wait, let the stock mature, and we'll see where it goes. Again, like I said, I've got 20 stocks that's down right now, and a lot of them died when this pandemic started. So, it is the way of the market. It is, and you're eventually, like I said, you're going to eventually get on the downside of a trade, and you can either average your price in. I've got a video for that you can watch. I do the math and show you how it can work, and you can average your price down, and that will potentially cause you to make more money over time when the stock goes back up. But anyway, I'm going to quit rambling. I appreciate you visiting my video. Just wanted the answers. I had one of the family was asking me about VirExit, and I thought, well, I've not talked about them in a while, and again, they've not had a lot of price movement in a while, so this is the reason why. I'm just kind of sitting, waiting. I think that's the best if you're in this stock. I think that's the best if you're down. If you're down on the stock, I definitely would have just sat on it for a while, because like Amazon, like I said, there were people in Amazon 10, 20 years ago. They were like, dang, this stock ain't going to do nothing. This stock ain't going anywhere. Boy, were they surprised the past 2 or 3 years. Anyway, yeah, I wish I had me some Amazon. I wasn't in Amazon. I'm embarrassed to say I wish I had been in Amazon, because I'd be sitting on a pretty good chunk of money. I would have had some pretty good gains on that. That was a good stock to have been in, that's for sure. And you know, Amazon is a name. It's just like everybody knows what Amazon is. It's like Ford, Chevrolet. They're just a common household name. Everybody knows Amazon. Yeah, I know. I buy from Amazon. There's a lot of people buy from Amazon. People stream movies on Amazon. People use Amazon to put up websites. They have their own web service, Amazon Web Services. But anyway, I need to quit. I appreciate you watching the video. If you put up with me this long, hopefully I'll see you in the next video. I'd love for you to hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, I'd love for you to subscribe. Click the notification bell, and it'll tell you when I come out with new videos. But thanks for listening to this old man from East Tennessee, and hopefully we'll see you in the next video. You have a good, hope you have a good week. Hope it's a good start of the week for you. Thanks. Bye. Hey, thanks for coming by. Glad you checked out the video. Hope you liked it. If you like it, please click on the like button. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, would like to invite you to subscribe to my channel. May God bless you, and I hope you have a good day. Bye. Bella's got to be right up under me, don't you, Bella? Oh my word. Cloudy day, looks like it may rain. Clouds out over the valley. East Tennessee Valley. And Bella, she's just happy to be around.